What's up, YouTube? It's Joel here. The IRS says more checks are coming this week, and a very big deal is happening in terms of direct deposit, mail stimulus checks, and when you're going to get your money. If you're missing stimulus money, I finally got the directions from the IRS, which is super important on what you need to do to claim any stimulus that's owed to you, but also for getting additional stimulus money. And I've got updated info from the IRS on past due federal and state taxes, child support, and debt collection pertaining to your stimulus money. And lastly, we're going to get an update on the new infrastructure stimulus bill, and all I got to say is wow. But it's good if you're looking for more stimulus money, but we're going to get to all that in just a moment. Another round of stimulus checks are hitting more accounts on the 24th. This is going to be the last of the direct deposits going out. Now, this does not include those getting direct deposit who are Social Security beneficiaries. But if you don't see it hit your account on the 24th, then I do have some direction on what you need to do to make sure that you get the stimulus that's owed to you. So we have huge news pertaining to your stimulus money. This is what the Treasury has to say about it. The IRS said a large portion of the second batch of payments will be mailed, though it did not provide an exact figure. Americans who don't receive a $1,400 direct deposit on March the 24th can expect either a mail check or a prepaid debit card. The IRS has said that they have either mailed out or deposited the majority of stimulus checks. So you should smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, help out the channel to keep it growing, get these videos out there for more people to see, and I promise it only takes like 2 seconds. So this is huge news for those wondering, is it going to be hitting my account, or why hasn't it hit my account, or what's going to happen now, and am I getting a check in the mail, or am I getting a debit card? So the IRS has told us what's going to happen. But also, there is something even more important that you should do if you are missing stimulus or didn't get the full amount that's owed to you. So the IRS will be sending out a confirmation letter within 15 days of your stimulus payment being sent out. Now, this is called the Notice 1444 and Notice 1444-B. Even though that website, that Get My Payment website portal that, tells you all the information that you want to know, I'm being sarcastic. They say it's supposed to allow you to track your payments and, when it's going to be scheduled, but it doesn't specify the total amount and also the total amount of dependents that are on your stimulus of how much you're going to be getting. So everyone knows that the IRS is not perfect. So this is where this letter that they're going to be sending out to you will indicate what your total amount is going to be, and it's also going to indicate how many dependents that you had listed and how much money you were supposed to get for those dependents in terms of stimulus money. Now, this is the tool that if you feel like the amount of the stimulus you got is not right, then this letter will allow you to speak to the IRS and clarify the amount and get the amount that's supposed to be owed to you. Because I truly believe every person needs to get their stimulus money. There was billions of dollars that was sent out, allocated for Americans for us to get money to help us out, so we need to get our money. So save that piece of mail and get your money. Right now, we are dealing with the IRS doing the following. They're not processing all the tax returns, so if you're getting a refund or you're expecting to get a tax refund, you're probably not going to see it till this summer. Number two, they're trying to send out the refund money to those on unemployment for those that had that $10,200 tax break. They're trying to get money out to those people. Number three, they're trying to build a portal for future monthly child stimulus payments that will be paid out. So they are doing a lot. But that doesn't help those that still haven't received their stimulus, especially those that are Social Security beneficiaries. But good news is more lawmakers are complaining about the Social Security recipients' delayed stimulus checks, and we're finally going to see something done about it. We have news that we're going to be hearing on the 26th the full scope of when the majority of those stimulus checks will be sent out for for those Social Security recipients. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Now remember, I'm going to update this channel with any new news concerning that and anything stimulus, so don't forget to check back, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date if you're missing stimulus or any future stimulus news. Also, I've got news from the IRS concerning people that are wondering, are they going to take my stimulus money for back child support or back taxes or anything like that? Under the American Rescue Plan, which authorized the latest round of stimulus checks, this huge stimulus package, these payments are protected from all offset. That means that you'll get the full amount you qualify for even if you have past due federal or state debt, such as like child support, or if you owe taxes from a previous year. But now listen, if it's concerning non-government debt like medical bills or credit card delinquencies, once that money hits your account, those creditors can take it before you even know it. So understand that that is a possibility. So make sure that you save every piece of mail that comes to you of what we talked about earlier, so if you don't get the stimulus that's owed to you, you know why, but you can also do something about it. Now onto the new stimulus bill that's coming out. This bill is even bigger than what they first projected, and all I can continue to say is wow. Biden's team is preparing a $3 trillion stimulus infrastructure package. Yeah, you heard me, $3 trillion. We literally just got done spending $2 trillion, then that was pertaining to the pandemic. Now it's time to spend money to get things done that Biden wants to get done in terms of infrastructure for the U.S. Now this new stimulus package is said to boost the economy, reduce carbon emissions, and narrow economic inequality and work on the infrastructure of America. Roads, bridges, all that. So with boost the economy, they've already done it, 3 times already, and it's worked out pretty good in terms of helping the economy get back to normal, is those stimulus checks. So we are looking at another round of possible stimulus checks being put into this infrastructure bill, and this is an investment into getting people back to the norm. And don't forget, they've got about $1 trillion of this that's going to be going strictly towards getting new green energy widespread across the United States. And then there's also documents that suggest that it's going to include another $1 trillion in there for spending on the construction of roads, bridges, rail lines, ports, electric vehicle charging stations. There you go for people with Teslas. And improvements to the electric grid and other parts of the power sector. If this gets approved, in 2 years, we will have spent over $8 trillion here in the United States. 2019, the national debt was $22.7 trillion. This is an enormous amount of spending, and it's going to affect all of us in some form or fashion. So let me know what you think about all this spending down in the comments. So there's your news update on stimulus. Don't forget, if you want to start investing, building some wealth, start by getting 2 free stocks with Webull, or if you prefer, go with Robinhood. Those links are down in the description. It's free money, and it gets you started on the path to wealth that most wealthy people are investors. And why can't we be? And these platforms make it easy for us to do. And that's what we're gonna do on this channel, is build wealth, learn about investing, and get to financial freedom. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus news and see some really practical ways of increasing your wealth, making some real money. From a person who has learned to work the system, build well with some easy tricks that really work. Now, I'll be coming out in a couple of weeks with my series on starting from scratch and building a solid savings and having a solid budget to start growing your wealth. It will be super easy and anyone can do it. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Till next time, peace out.